Hey peeps, and welcome to the last week of Christmas in July, hosted by Dawn H Creates. These last few weeks have been wonderful. I love Christmas, if in case you have not noticed. I absolutely love Christmas, and this was such a fun collaboration. I got to watch people that I've never watched before, so I have new people to watch and I have new subscribers. So welcome. I'm Kay. Yeah, so I'm excited. This was so much fun. So this is the last week, and I'm a little sad that it's over, but this is rustic, and I absolutely love this theme. I thought the vintage was going to be my favorite theme, but this is my favorite theme, you guys. I had so much fun creating this journal. Oh my goodness, and I hope you love it as much as I do. So, I'm pre-recording it. So if I say something that may be a little weird, I apologize. But what I plan to do is show you pictures of what this looked like before. I'll probably insert it at the end. Um, what it looked like before I got my hands on it, because initially this is a snap binder, and initially I had it was um if you don't know anything about the snap binder, it is um craft color and the spines have different colors. So this one was originally orange. And then when I wanted to use it, I had wanted to use a certain paper collection with it, and the orange spine wasn't working. So I painted it black to match what I wanted to do with it. And it was a recipe album for myself, which I never used. So when I was trying to find what I wanted to do, because I initially was going to use, if you watch my Christmas in July intro, I showed you a holiday cookbook that I was planning on using, but I never got the fabric. I really wanted to cover it with fabric, and I never got any fabric. So I decided to put that on the shelf and wait until I get, because I have an idea for it, and I don't want to just do whatever. So, but I really wanted to do a binder. So I remembered I had this one, and I was like, you know what, I'm never going to use it. So I reconstructed it, and like I said, you'll see a picture of what it used to look like at the end. And yeah. So I painted it. I painted the spine because, like I said, I had painted it black after it was originally orange, and but for this, black wasn't going to work, so I painted it brown. Because I wanted everything to match, and it had that rustic feel, so I painted it brown. There was originally a book plate right here on the spine, and I pried it off because I wanted everything to lay really nice. So I pried it off, and I covered it with some burlap, and this beautiful lace here. And then I finished it off with this. Now, I don't know if I'm saying this correctly, so I apologize if I'm offending anybody, but I don't know how I came up with this name. Maybe I heard it someplace. I probably heard somebody else call it this, but I call it a Chinese braid, and I apologize if it's offensive. Please correct me and let me know what the correct term is for this, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't even know why they call it Chinese braid, but that's what I call it. So I'm just gonna call it a braid. So hopefully I don't want to offend anybody. But I added that there and in the back to finish it off. And like I said, I just wrapped that burlap around there. And then this paper is from the Hot Buy paper pad from Michaels, and I believe it's called Woodworks. And it's funny, when I bought it, I was like, oh, I'll probably, we'll use it here and there. But I've actually used that Wood Works paper. I think it's called Woodworks. It was a Hot Buy paper pad. It has all the wood green in it, and I've actually used it a lot. And I'm kicking myself for not buying two. But anyway, I used the one with the musical notes because I thought it was appropriate. Christmas carols. Um, so that's what I did. And then I used some of that plaid fabric that I got from Selena. and some torn muslin. And then this is it cut apart from the paper collection. Oh, did I say the paper collection? The paper collection that I use, I actually use two different ones. I use the Stamperia Winter Botanic, I believe is the name of it. I don't even have the packaging to show you. Oh, actually, I actually put the, you'll see it. I put it inside. I actually used the packaging as well. But anyway, I think it's called Winter Botanic. And that paper is beautiful, but it doesn't come with a lot of papers. It comes with like 10. And like three of them will cut apart. So I'm like, yeah, 7 sheets is not going to work. So I had to supplement and add more papers. So I used a hot buy paper pad from Michaels. Um, I actually don't remember the name of it, and I already packed up my Christmas stuff. But I will also insert a picture of when I was putting it together. I sent a picture to the bestie to see what she thought of it. If they all went together, and she thought it was perfect. She loved it. So I'll insert the picture, and maybe by looking at it, you'll realize what paper collection it is. I want to say it's Save Freeze, the older Safe Freeze. I mean, the newer Safe Freeze, not the older Safe Freeze from last year. Um, yeah. So anyway, so I said that. Oh, and then I added a tassel. This tassel is was so much fun. As you can see, I have a little jingle bell on it, but I have some ribbon and coffee dye seam binding and eyelash trim, pom poms, twine. I have my some hemp cord with some perla beads on there. There's two of them here. One is shorter than the other. There's the other one. And so yeah, some plaid. I have to get some more of this plaid ribbon. I love that plaid ribbon. Um, I love plaid period. I don't know why, but I love it. But anyway, so I just wrapped everything around with this hemp cord, and the bell was, I think it's from Dollar Tree, but it had a gold top on it, and I took the gold top off because I didn't want the gold top, and I wanted it to be flat against the tassel. So I just threaded the hemp through the bell and just continuously just wrapped it around. Um, and then tied it. And then there is a cord that's looping all of this. I don't even know if I'm explaining it right. And then a bulb pen that's hanging on this, whatever these pens are called, these clips are called. So you can take it off if you get annoyed with it. So, and then I have the gold book corners on every corner of the book. So, sorry about the long intro. So let's get inside. I'm try my best to stay in frame. So it is a little, all the snap binders I think are a little stiff, but this one may be a little more stiff because of the burlap. But as you can see, I painted the inside, and because I took out, sorry about the plane, because I took out the book plate, there were two holes here. So I just put these two decorative brads in there just to cover those holes, and I thought they looked nice. So I added those there, and then I just used this scrapbook paper here and made a pocket with some craft cardstock and some of that beautiful plaid paper. And I stitched it. There's a lot of stitching going on in here. So this is one of the um, cut aparts from the paper collection. This one as well. This is such a beautiful paper collection. I think I'm going to need another one. And then there's a tag just with some lace, and it's stitched around. And then I put some book pages. So this is from my Robert Frost book. And I loved it because to me it was very rustic. He had the plaid and the animals, and I just loved it. So this is actually the title page, and I just loved it. So I put it in the front. Look at that little fox. I love him. And then I just thought this kind of looked like it belonged with the book. So this is the Stamperia paper. And then the snap binder comes with some of these sheets. And these are very sturdy. So you'll see that I added paper in it that I reinforced the holes so they don't rip. So I sewed on a belly band. These circles are cut aparts from the collection, and I reinforced it with some cardstock just to make sure that it was nice and sturdy so it doesn't like, bend and rip or something when you are taking things in and out. This is some stationery that I got from Pinterest, so you can have extra journaling. And then a recipe card. I love this recipe card. To me, it just looked very rustic, so I added it in here. And then in between, it's stitched around, but it's glued on this circle. And so I left the middle part open, so it has like a belt, kind of like a belly band. See, it goes through. So I have this little craft tag that I just added some little trim on there. And then here is just a little cut apart from one of the other paper collections that I used, and added some stamping, some ledger paper, some coffee dye paper. As you can see, I added some washi tape just so I can reinforce the holes. And then I folded this up for some extra journaling and added a little stamp. So you have lots of journaling space. And then here I made a little corner tuck where you can, um, add photos or keep your journal cards in there. This is from the Norman Rockwell. See, I remember this time book. I loved it because it has the cabin and kind of went with the whole rustic theme. And then I printed this Christmas carol from Pinterest, Jingle Bells, and the other side is the first Noel. And I just thought that green just looked really pretty with this. And there's the plaid paper. So here I use the note cards from Michaels, and I like to use these so people can use them as photo mats. So this is, here's another plane. This is another cut apart, and I just backed it with some burlap, and I left it open for a tuck so you can, tuck little things in here. But this opens up. It is magnetized so you can add photos or you can journal inside. And then here's a little place where you can add a date or a name, some more coffee dye paper, again reinforced. So all the papers that you see are reinforced with the washi tape. It's because they're thinner papers and I don't want them to tear. So this is, I won this actually from a bunch of them. These little needlepoint books from Selena a while back, and I used the cover of this one because it was Christmas, and to me it looked really rustic. And I just added a scrap piece of handmade paper in there for you to use. You can, make a pocket out of it, use it as a tuck spot, whatever you want to do with it. That's for you to use as you wish. And then the next page, again, this plaid fabric came from Selena. And so I used it as a fabric flip, and then I stitched the bottom just so it won't fray any more than it already did. And then I just stitched on this little um, lace trim, eyelet trim. I don't even know what to call it, but I love it. And then here is a vintage postcard, Christmas postcard. I don't know what the date is on this one, but I made a altered paper clip just out of the leftover this fabric here, and a little piece of lace, and just a little bow from Michaels and a little pearl in the middle. Really simple. And I have this under here, another little cut apart. And then I made this little pocket. It's actually a long pocket that I cut down, and I have both ends in here. So I added this little cut apart from the collection, and I left it open again for a little belly band so you can tuck these little journal cards in there. And then I have some of that Christmas paper that I've been using lately, the little notepad. I love it so much. And then here is another cut apart you can journal on. So I left the back open as well, so you have space for the paper and the journal card or whatever you want to put in there. It's another ledger paper. And this ledger paper is pretty thick, so that's why I didn't reinforce it. And then here is a calendar that I got in a flowish journal swap. And I didn't want to cut it because it's so pretty. Look how pretty it is. So I just folded and I just backed it with some of the paper. This is actually the back of the paper pad from the Stamperia collection. So it was perfect. I just added it on there. And then this is a little coffee cup from the Tim Holtz die, freshly brewed, I believe it's called. And I just left it open as a tuck spot so you can journal on that little journal card. And then this is a little music note paper clip. I have to get some more Christmas paper clips. I don't have. Thought I had one tree paper clip left, and I cannot find it. And I know I'll probably find it later when I don't need it. So this card here, it's not really Christmas, but to me it looked rustic, and it just is so beautiful. And it's a Thomas Kincaid, just a little note card. See Thomas Kincaid on the back. So you can, use it for extra journaling, send it to someone, whatever you want to do. The envelope is right here for you to use. How did I have that? I don't even remember. I'll just tuck it in there like that. And then on the other side, I have a Norman Rockwell playing card that I believe I got from Danny. I think this was my last one. I thought the one that I had last year was my last one, but I found another one. And this paper is just so pretty. And it's so unique. I really loved it. Here's some handmade paper. And I put a fabric ruffle on it. I think I glued it on. Yeah, I glued it on. And then this is just from, I don't remember. You guys saw this the same image in a bigger form in the last Christmas one, the blue Christmas one that I made. So this is the smaller version that I stitched around on some cardstock. And then this is a little postcard. So cute. Santa and Coca-Cola. So you can actually mail this to someone if you want. Here's another page from the Robert Frost book. So cool. I love it so much. It's such a pretty book. And then here's another one of those cutouts, ephemera from, I don't even know. I can't remember where I got it from. I want to say it's Graphic Fairy, but I can't remember if it is or not. And here's just a paper clip that I put some extra fabric on that I had left. Some fabric scraps I had left. I cannot talk for some reason. I can't even blame it on coffee. So here's another one of those circle cut aparts that I stitched around it. And I did back it with some cardstock to make it more sturdy so it'll hold, little journal cards. I love that little Santa. And here's some handwriting paper that I reinforced. This one is really thin. And again, some coffee dye paper. And I did some stamping. And another cut apart from the paper collection. You guys saw this in the last journal, and I just stamped up here. This is from the Aldi cookbook I got from Selena. I loved it. To me, it looked very rustic with the wood grain and the pine cones in the background. So I added that in there. And I actually think this is a recipe for that. Here's another one of the original papers that come with the snap binder. Here's the other part of that pocket. I just added some cut aparts on there. I did a little border punch and I left it open and I just put these little tickets in there. And then we have another journal card, a tag that's been stitched, and the little Santa. And of course, like with all my journals, you will get a little goodie bag so you can further decorate as you wish. So here is a envelope that I made out of an Edith Holden um, page. It is October, but it's okay. And so I just have Comfort and Joy on here. And this is from the packaging here. This is from a different paper collection, but this is from the paper collection. You see, here's the paper collection. It's the Imperial Winter Botanic. So I actually used the the packaging and then a label here so you can write something if you wish. Oh, and then the inside I just have a couple of journal cards from the collection as well. There was a lot of carded parts in this paper collection. So, and then it's a little key paper clip. And a little stamp here. Again, some washi tape on the coffee dye paper. I love this poinsettia stamp. And another little cut apart. And then I made another belly band, and I have another stationery. Looks very rustic. So nice place to do some extra journaling. And I'm going to put another recipe card in there. And again, I left the little circle open for a little tag. And another page from Norman Rockwell. And then here I did the same thing as the other one. I just put it this way so you can flip it up and add your photos here. And this I left open. How cute is that? So cute. And then I backed this one on with some coffee dye torn muslin. And then behind here we have a couple of sheets of this note paper with the deer. Thought it looked very rustic. I don't know if it's Christmas, but it looks Christmas to me. And then I have an altered guest check, just a little simple decoration. Some more. I love this washi tape. I have got to find some more of that washi tape. I don't know why I love it so much, but I do. And then a cut apart. A lot of birds in this paper collection. Again, this is magnetized. And then, of course, since this is a snap binder, it does come with some page protectors. So I just added some journal cards in here so you can use them or add photos, whatever you want to do. It's up to you. And then there is the back. So that is it, you guys. I hope that you like it. I really, really enjoyed making this. I love it so much. I wish I had a use for it. I don't know. I do a December daily, but I've used a binder before, and the binder was a little too big. I don't know. Maybe I'll just, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see when that time comes what I do. But I really, really love it. So I hope it goes to a great home. I absolutely love it. Please go check out all the other ladies. I do plan to do a little small giveaway, but it's not finished yet. So I'll do a separate video when that is done. But I want to thank you guys all for watching. Thank you for supporting all of us. Thank you to my new subscribers. I hope you will stick around even after this collaboration. If there's any questions you have, please feel free to comment below, or you want to shoot me an email. My information is always down in the description box below. And maybe after all the links to all the ladies, because I put them first, and then all my information will probably be under all that. All right, you guys. So thanks again. This will be available in my Etsy shop by the time you see this video. So thanks again, and have a great rest of your weekend. And I'll see you in the next video. Till next time. Bye.